Hi friends, it's me. Thank you for all the well wishes with my dog. Energy is moving incredibly fast right now. Something is up with Epstein. And already I have to interrupt myself because while I'm editing this video, I get another spam email from Russia saying my videos are spam. Please click here. Trussians, be gone. It's showing on the charts. He actually came within my energy field tonight and I freaked out. But we're going to get to that. I will give you an update on our dog. So I've been rattled all day today. And the thing I had to remember, like I told all of you, that whatever happens this week, shake up, upheaval, you have to separate the energy from it all and the event. My body is just been kind of shaking all night tonight. But I also had a big eclipse, not even an eclipse click. Well, kind of. Because today the sun moved past 6 degrees Scorpio, moved past its opposition with Uranus and Taurus. So it's on that side. I have my Mercury is at about 5 degrees in a fixed sign. So, and I have my Saturn around 4 degrees of a fixed sign. So the sun moved past Uranus. So if you want to think of like, I need a good marker. These aren't them. So if you want to think of like, my sun is here. Here's Uranus, my Mercury, Saturn, 4, 5, 5, 6. So, that even worked. So these are really tight degrees, and some of these are squares or oppositions. But regardless, it hit Uranus. Before, this is on the western horizon, and even though, so Uranus was close to the descendant, and in fact, this thing happened before the sun set, about an hour before it. But anyway, the other thing to remember, I said my Mercury was right here in square. Mercury rules small pets, your companions. And so then I have Saturn right next to it, which is obstacle, implied in some death charts. And plus, I know that my dog has some aspects that are in square to this. So that kind of is the setting event for all of us here. Now, what happened is he was outside just doing what dogs do. He ate something, came in the house. I could tell he was kind of having a hard time swallowing. And that's happened before, but this time he had a bit more panic about it, and then trying to call the vet, and then they were trying to tell me what to do, and I was getting scared because I could tell he was. But then when they told me to like rub his neck, I got down closer to him, and I could tell that every time he like tried to open his mouth and swallow, it was the sound of like that squeak sound that like wet rubber makes on wet rubber or latex when they rub against each other. It wasn't a squeaky toy, but it definitely had that squeak. And that's just like when I threw everybody in the car and I'm like, we're driving to the animal hospital. I don't even know where it is. We found it. It's actually closer to my house than the actual people hospital. And it's open 24/7. They were amazing. So we called to tell them we were on the way. They took him right away. When all was said and done, they had x-rays. I think the dog swallowed whatever was bothering him finally by the time we got there, because it didn't show. They had to sedate him. They didn't show on x-rays. They gave him medication because he's having a hard time swallowing. You can tell that whatever happened really hurts him. Like, he was being all guard dog. You know, you've heard him bark. And he was like, ruff, ruff, ruff. And then it turned into whimper, 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 whimper. I mean, he is just, poor thing. But he's okay. And it was jolting. But when I look at the aspects and what's going on, I understand that there were transits happening. And I knew today was the next coming days. We are in heavy eclipse click date, energy. So it's just nice to be able to look at it from that perspective, stay calm. But it's like the shock my body felt reminded me of some other emergencies, like critical emergencies in our lives. And just being able to think about separating the energy from the event, I could tell my energy kind of stopped and didn't go back to those old hardwired habits of crisis and fear. But that's what I mean by eclipse click dates. Things happen. You don't know when they're going to strike out of the blue and who they involve. But the best thing you can do is be prepared and roll with it. So, anyway. Something's up with Jeffrey Epstein. It's kind of nuts. It just wasn't even on my radar. I think someone in the comments recently said something like, yeah, I want to hear Queen's Tarot try to say, you know her name, G-string. I call her G-string because I can't say that name, Ghislane, G-string, because I can't say G-string's name. Someone like Ha-Had wanted me to try to say that again. That's all I've heard. And then all of a sudden, thank God for trolls, the Russian kind, or maybe the Russian-Australian kind, because I got a comment out of the blue that was withheld, because you can, if you have words that are blocked, those comments are withheld. And sometimes I check them, sometimes I don't. It's just a lot to filter through. But this one I happened to see, and it was on I'll remember to put a link here. It was on this video, the one about what Donald thought about the arrest. And so I kind of go on the backstory about it and what happened, and then the accusers. Well, this comment was like, you're the worst reader ever. How can anyone trust you? And you guys, I started laughing about it. But I'm like, what are you commenting on? So then I go to look at the video, and I'm like, oh, is there something percolating that we don't know about? So then I kind of sat with that for a while. He had to go to the drugstore. And all of a sudden, I could feel that dark energy of Epstein in my car. And I was like, get out of here. And I'm like summoning my angels, summoning all my dead peeps to get him out and get away. And yeah, they removed him. But I'm like, why? I get that comment and now he's here. I'd rather talk to Bags, Al. I'd rather talk to Bags any day than that energy. So that happened. And so, I got home and I'm starting to look at this stuff. And I'm like, July 7th, that's when he was arrested. Oh, because, okay, I'll tap here too. The whole reason why he got arrested back in July was because Barr would not release the Mueller report. And so the plan was hatched on how they could get something else going so that they could, I don't know, freak Donald out. And so that's when the plan was hatched to get Jeffrey Epstein, because he had connections to Bill Barr and Donald Trump. and others. And of course, the accusers, that was coming up. So that got started because back in March, Bill Barr withheld the report, and I think Nancy was like looking for alternatives. Well, the thing is, when Bill Barr withheld the report, Mercury was retrograde, so that the report that was released, that's why nobody can read it, because they suddenly had to write the thing and finish it and turn it in during Mercury retrograde. Nobody can read it. It makes your brain go sideways. There's parts of it you can read that are fluid and are easy, but other parts, it's, you know, like brain cramps trying to read it. My eyes go cross-eyed. So that was Mercury retrograde in March. Well, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on July 7th. We had the new moon eclipse on July 2nd. This is the horoscope. All this activity is in the 9th house of law enforcement, philosophy, lands far away. Putin's house is the 9th house. And you have the sun, the moon, the president, opposite Saturn, Pluto, Mars, and Mercury. Contracts, action, aggression. And so this is where the moon was on July 2nd. Epstein was arrested on July 7th, and so the moon had gone over the midheaven, and he was arrested like over here, right on between here. And Donald had drawn the 10 of Wands burden and the government. USA had judgment and the 3 of Wands. So, but look at these notes I took here. So he was arrested on July 7th. Mercury went retrograde on July 8th. Today is it after midnight? Well, on the East Coast, it's after midnight, so it's October 30th. On October 31st, Mercury goes retrograde. There's no coincidence. We always revisit things from the past. And then tonight, that comment shows up, and then he shows up in my car, and I was ready to punch him and to get out of here. So this was the Cancer new moon eclipse in Washington, D.C. on July 2nd. This was the quarter moon, July 9th. Donald, let's see. And this week, then things just got crazy that week. Oversight hearing, Dems pursuing. Barr would not unrecuse himself during this quarter moon from the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. The judge rebuked the citizenship census question. Epstein plea was not, I can't read this. Was not, I don't know what this word is at all. There was a New York, Pompeo made a statement about statement about human rights. The ACA was in court again. And then we found out about the Saudi-Qatari sales. July 16th is a full moon eclipse. So he was arrested, what was it, it was Virgo, around Virgo 12. Oh my gosh. So at that new moon eclipse, 0 and 3 degrees Leo, Mercury now is still retrograde at 1 degree, Mars 9 degrees. And right in between here, exactly in between 1 and 9, we have Uranus. And now the sun is 6 degrees, messing that up. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the eclipse connection there. I'm sorry, I know it's just there's so much energy coming at me right now. I'm trying to keep my head straight. So I want to do a reading. You know what? Let's check in with G-string first. G-string. How am I doing with that? 15 minutes. Okay, G-string. You know who you are. Oh my gosh, she just seems so bright and G-string. Why in the world is your pal Epstein visiting me? And don't get too close to me. Why is Epstein visiting to me? Why did that person make that comment? What do you know about events surrounding him? She just can't stop smiling like the cat who ate the mouse. Okay, G-string, what's going on? What's the most important thing going on right now about Jeffrey? The sun. Revelation. Schiff drew this. Adam Schiff drew the sun in the 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams. Donald drew the sun in the 4th house at the new moon. So she's smiling like the sun. Something's going to be revealed. Does it involve it involves the president. Okay. What is this covered in G-string? The Emperor. Emperor Donald. Emperor MBS. Putin. Donald. Okay. And what's the challenge with what you know? The challenge is the Knight of Pentacles. The money that was paid. Money that was paid like a cover-up? Yes. With Epstein's death? She's nodding, uh-huh. Oh my God. What's at the base of this? The moon. The outrage, deceit. She's so angry. The lies, the treachery. Because of what happened to him. What's crowning this? What can we all see about this? The wish card. The Trump crime syndicate will give you anything you want. What happened in the past? Whoa. In the past, balancing the money, keeping the money straight, keeping people with money straight. I see people who were paid. Keeping people happy, keeping people paid. Keeping people quiet, these kind of flopped out. Oh my God. The Wheel of Fortune, Empress reversed. This is Bill Barr. I just did the reading today on him. I used this deck, and before I was drawing cards, I did I reversed the card that has to be reversed. These stayed the same. Does this have to do with Bill Barr balancing the money in the... Yes. And what came from that? The three of... Oh my God, is this the Three Amigos? The Giuliani... Yes, this is a Giuliani-Ukraine connection. All of them. How do we see G-string? The Hermit, the investigator looking at things. Is she being investigated? Yeah. Has she talked? She's talked with investigators. What's the environment? Ten of Wands. Easing one's burdens. Now, the burdens always show up for me, Ten of Wands, as Donald's payment to Putin. Ten of Wands reversed. Just a second. Where's Bill Barr? Empress reversed. Schiff has an Empress reverse in the 2nd house of income and gains. Oh, 10 Wands right here. Who's this? Who is this 10 Wands? The whistleblowers. Oh, the whistleblowers, you guys. No wonder they're going so freaking crazy over the USA has 10 of wands. So sorry. USA has the 10 of wands in the 6th house of public service, military investigations. I wonder if they're it's not just the impeachment thing. They're screaming because maybe they know what's happening. Where does my stuff belong now? Oh, this was covered. Okay. Whew. So the hope. G-string. What's the hope with what's breaking? The King of Wands reversed. Is that Putin? Angry Putin or angry MBS? Because the King of Wands, I think the King of Wands reversed showed up in this thing. Here's the King of Wands. Pelosi has the King of Wands in the 6th house of public service, military. Putin has the King of Wands in the 5th house of the sun. 5th house of the sun for the United States. And remember, I don't think you guys saw this one. I didn't post it because Bill Barr's became so long. Pompeo sees Putin here, King of Cups, as the son of the USA. And he had King of Pentacles, Donald, up here. So King of Wands reversed. That's the hope. To get Putin maybe to turn on Donald? There's going to be another King of Wands. Oh, who's this 10 of Wands? Putin has the 10 of Wands in the 1st house of identity of this new moon. King Pentacles, King of Wands reversed. Right here. Who's this? Who's this? Did I not? This is Pompeo. Pompeo is the King of Wands reversed. Ace of Cups and the hopes, wishes, and dreams. What? Okay. So that's, you guys, my head is spinning right now. I just got totally clobbered by all this energy after this crazy day. So sorry, kind of all over. Hope. G-string, what's the fear? The fear, the 8 of Cups, that Donald won't walk away, that they won't be able to set it up, that the directions, tides will be turned, and they won't be able to get to it. That's the fear. What's likely to come now? The Hierophant. It's a 5, meaning change. Final result with what's happening. Oh my God, the Ace of Cups. It's coming, you guys. 6 Wands mob right there on the ascendant. This involves Trump, Putin, Xi-Un, Netanyahu, Erdogan, all of them. Ace of Cups. Who had the Ace of Cups here? This is, who is that? Erdogan has the Ace of Cups in the 9th house. An emotional event that's going to happen somewhere far away for him. What's his name? Barr had the Ace of Cups for the environment. The Coke Bro had the Ace of Cups for the future. That Coke Bro, because he's just one now. Sucks to be him, huh? Sucks to be you. That Coke Bro, he's really, like Mercer, who can just like call these guys up and talk to them. He's kind of like that. He's like on that level with like Putin and all those weirdos. Pompeo had the Ace of Cups for the past. I always like to do these on the eve. Mulvaney had the Ace of Cups for the past. Barr, Ace of Cups for the environment. Is there another Ace of Cups? Do I have another Ace of Cups? I'm sorry, you guys. October 25th. Miss Lindsay is covered in the Ace of Cups. She get a nice wet white t-shirt with that, Lindsay. Just drenched in the Ace of Cups. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's nice hearing from you, G-string. It's there anything else we need to know? I think I probably need to get this uploaded before I move on. This is huge. Okay. Yes, this is 27 minutes. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Woof, woof.